Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's session. And we begin by introducing ourselves. You can open your mic and introduce yourself or just share your contacts, your business in the chat so that we get to know who you are. Yeah, much as this is a learning session, it is also for networking. Yeah, because once you introduce your business and what you do, you never know, your potential customer could just be here. So that's why it's always important to say who you are and what you do and share your contacts. And you can do so in the chat. So even as we start, let's keep introducing ourselves. And today's topic is on winning in harsh markets. You know, there are very many ways that businesses could do to win in the harsh markets. We know today the markets are harsh, and it's not just in places like Kenya, but this is a global phenomenon. And there are many factors, the global policies, local policies, like taxation, and these things keep happening. You never know what change might come tomorrow, either in your country or globally. So businesses have to keep alert. You have to keep curious as an entrepreneur and be aggressive. You may not be able to do very much concerning these outside factors, but you could be aggressive internally about within your business, take certain actions. And the topic today is focused on how business data can help you win in wholesale markets. And what is data? Data is information. You are collecting information on performance of your business on a daily basis, weekly basis. You keep checking. At least this one you are in control. Yeah. So this is our topic for today. And we introduce ourselves also. Our company is called Mentor Biz, and we are a team of business mentors, trainers, and our packages include one that helps those people without businesses or side hustles how to come up with a business idea. Yeah, how to identify even what products and services to sell. And that is followed by business planning. Yeah, because then you need to plan for that idea. You need to put it into a plan so that you're able to communicate to potential investors, your friends, people who could give you money. If it's not written down, it's not easy to explain it. But we also have business growth packages for those people who have businesses. And this includes, financial records. Businesses need to keep records because even when you go for funding or for a loan, the bank want to know your records for the last 6 months. So it's good to start. Even if your business is very small, what basic records can you start with? And that is something we support entrepreneurs with. Things like marketing, human resource. Human resource is very, very important for your business. And if you don't have the skill, then you get, we start you with the basic skills of managing your staff. There's the whole issue of buying, buying. When you are buying your supplies, what skills do you need to have for that? Stock taking is another area that we support businesses with. If you're not taking your stock, then maybe theft is happening and you're not aware. So this is another area that we help entrepreneurs to have in your businesses. And another package that we have is business mentorship support. This is a hand-holding support because research has found that businesses need someone to hold, entrepreneurs to hold their hands. Yeah, it's not easy to run a business, so you need someone to exchange ideas with, to explore opportunities, explore solutions to challenges. So, and mentor is very, very handy. And that it has been found that startups, new businesses, they only last for 3 months and they close because, they lack a mentor. That is where a mentor becomes very, very important. I don't know if there's any comment up to where we are. You can put in the chat. And by the way, we have a booklet on this topic, and you can get it from us. We have a WhatsApp group you can join and get to discuss with us. And we are going to give you, to access you, this work. Now, when you're collecting data in your organization, what are you looking at? Yeah, you are looking at productivity, you are monitoring, you are collecting data on profit. Are you making a profit? Or is it losses? And what are the things that are making you not to make any profit? So you're looking at output. For example, how many shots have been made by your staff? That is one area to monitor. Number of shots per hour. Those are things, because then if they are not only making a few shots more than you expect, then you're not productive, you're not making profit. And so you begin to find out, why are they not making enough shots as you expect if your business is about making such products? Yeah. So another example of that you monitor is employee turnover rate. Yeah. Turnover. Turnover is how many staff are leaving within a certain period of time. For example, in 1 year, how many staff left? How do you calculate staff turnover? You check the number of staff that left in a certain period, divide by the number of staff that you had during that year, the average number, and you multiply that by 100. So if it is 10%, I think employee satisfaction is reasonable. But if it is over 10%, then it indicates that there's a problem with your staff. There is staff demotivation. And you have to find out what is happening, because then your staff are not working well. So when you check turnover rate, you are looking into employee strengths. And you are also going to be thinking about quality of recruitment, policies of your organization. Are you getting the right people? Why are they leaving so fast? Anyway, you begin to think about this issue, because then it is affecting productivity. It is affecting the profits that you can make. So this is an area you are in control of. Yeah, markets could be harsh out there, and you have little to do with it. But again, if there are these issues of staff within your organization and you're doing very little about it, I think you're just making things hard for the business. Yeah. You're also going to be collecting data about, for example, revenue by each staff. How much is each staff bringing? For example, if you have a sales team, how much are they bringing? Every day, every week, every month. So you are not going to be focused on the total revenue, but you are going to be focused on how many each of these staff are bringing, and you are going to see, you are going to get information. You are going to get data on who is bringing what. So if some staff is bringing very little, then this makes you begin to wonder, what is the problem with this staff? What support could you give them? And we are not suggesting that you condemn the staff. No, there could be many, many factors. Maybe they lack your support, they are lacking guidance. Maybe it's not clear what to expect from you. Your expectations of you are not clear to this staff. So you have a meeting and with all the staff, and you begin to discuss their challenges and how you could support them. Yeah, the other area that you could monitor or correct data is on in your inventory. Yeah, inventory accuracy, the records that you keep. So you're going to check the actual versus the what is recorded, so that you are looking for inconsistency. For example, if you have a retail store and you're selling clothing, you're selling shirts, you're selling pants and dresses, yeah, you want to know how many actually came into the store and how many were sold in a day, in a week, this kind of inventory. So if you have a restaurant, you're looking at how many sodas, how many wine bottles, how many water bottles, how are bought, and how many are being sold every day, every day. So you're looking for inconsistency, yeah? So this helps to ensure that no stock outs. That is one thing. You know when you have enough stock, yeah, whether the stock will last the next 3 days, so you're able to order on time. And that is why some businesses, they keep telling people, oh, we don't have this, we don't have that, because they are not doing stock taking to know that the stock they have today cannot last them for the next week. So you're able to order on time. This stock taking also helps you check things like, theft, and also you are able to check spoilage, you are able to know how the rate of spoilage, because these are the areas now where your business is not able to make a profit, is not able to survive. Even if the markets are harsh, you can be more aggressive in some of these details to ensure that the business still survives despite harsh markets. You are also able to know about expiry dates of your products. Some entrepreneurs' products expire in the store and you're not aware because you're not doing stock taking, you're not checking your products. Yeah. I don't know whether there's any comments. Up to there, you can write in the chat or just raise your hand or make a comment or ask a question. Yeah. So another area that you could collect data on is average handling time. Yeah. Average handling time, per each staff. For example, the customer care department. How much time do they spend to solve customer issues without sacrificing quality? We are not suggesting that they do it very, very quickly to complete the work, but they are also taking care of quality of service. But how much time are they spending on each staff? Because if people are waiting for too long, the customers are going to complain, they are going to move to your competition, and this is loss. This is loss for your business. So you need to be alert as an entrepreneur, find time and spend monitoring, collecting data, and this helps you to know who are the top performers, and you're going to help the low performers. You're going to spot, there's a queue at so-and-so's desk. The queue is longer there, it's not moving, so you are going to discuss with that staff to find out what is the problem. How can you help them? Also when you monitor average handling time, you're also trying to monitor team stress and overwork. Yeah, staff could be overworked. So these are the things you want to find out. And now you need to find out which time that maybe they have so much work, maybe they need extra hand. And you can know this unless you're collecting data. I know there are some businesses who give overtime hours, long hours, workload, distribution. It could be the problem. That is why you're giving overtime. And overtime is not a very healthy thing, unhealthy work culture. Yeah. So more overtime could indicate that you need to hire more people. Because imagine if you have staff and they left work at 10 p.m. in the night, although you gave them some transport to go home, what time are they going to arrive at home? What time will they eat and even get enough sleep? And you expect them to report to work at 8 a.m.? So these are some of the things you need to consider. This could be affecting your profit margin. So it may not, your profit margin may not be going down because of markets. These are some of the factors within the business that could also be affecting productivity of your business. And you need to be aggressive. And the times when the markets are harsh, these are the times, as an entrepreneur, you need to be more aggressive to check also such internal factors to ensure that your business will survive. You are also monitoring the sales. Are they growing? You know, the increase of annual sales, And if they are not growing, this is an area that, again, you need to discuss with your staff to find out what is happening. Yeah. And we are not suggesting, again, that you condemn your staff. This is a discussion with your staff. You're a team. You're trying to find out what support do they need. Maybe some staff need training and exposure. Maybe you need to buy modern equipment. Maybe it's a case of technology. You just have to find out. And I'm going to discuss just some examples of businesses, and I'm still suggesting that if you have a question so far, you can put in the chat. So, for example, a hardware shop, what data could they be, collecting? What kind of data? A hardware shop. These are common in places like Kenya. I don't know about other countries, yeah? They stock construction materials. So, this person, what are you looking at? What kind of data you are looking at? Sales per month? Of course, a hardware shop would be interested in that. You're also looking at goods that you have sold per customer, a number of new customers. That is good data to monitor, because it shows that, especially a number of new customers, shows your business is growing. And also, goods per customer, it shows the volume, but you also want to monitor certain things that they are not going to happen. Yeah. You are monitoring cost of stock, because if the cost of stock is going high, then you need to mind your prices, otherwise you won't make profit. You're also going to be checking goods that are getting spoiled, Yeah, because that is a loss. And if goods are getting spoiled at a very high rate, this is a thing you need to discuss with your staff, because then it shows a loss. This kind of shop, a hardware shop, you also want to get data of number of staff that are absent, because a hardware shop, it's a busy place, and if staff are absent, if only one or two people are present, then they are not working enough. Customers wait and they go. So it's very, very important to collect data of number of staff who are absent every day and begin to discuss that issue with those who are absent most of the time, so that you sort that issue early enough. You're also going to be checking things like shoplifting, hardware shop. They have many, many things. Some are small. Shoplifting is one area that you really need to data. You need data on that. Maybe you put cameras and someone to check, and otherwise you're going to say that to conclude that your business is not making any profit, but it is shoplifting. That is where the loss is happening. Another example of a business that I could discuss is a restaurant, a restaurant. So if you want a restaurant, what kind of data are you going to be collecting? You're going to be collecting meals served per day. A number of new customers is also another thing to know, because if you're not getting new customers, then the business is not growing. You're also going to check average spending per customer. Yeah. If customers are coming and they're always eating simple snacks, then you want to discuss with your staff, why is for example, lunches, why are very few people coming for lunch? And even when they come for lunch, they're already eating snacks. Is it that our food is not very nice? How can we improve that? Or is it the price? That kind of discussion. You are able to do it because you are collecting data. Okay? Otherwise, if you leave it without collecting information and the markets are harsh, then you are not able to address the situation on time. Now, you're also going to be monitoring areas that could go wrong. For example, time from food order to served. When the customer walks in, they place an order. How much time is taken from preparing that food to getting that food to the customer's table? You want to know that, because if it is taking too long, this is something that will affect your customer. Customers will move to where they feel they are being served quickly. Yeah. You're also going to be checking on food waste per day, and also number of staff that are absent, because again, a restaurant is a very sensitive business. If staff are fewer, they are not able to handle your customers and you're not able to sell enough, then you see your business not making profit. But these are the issues that are eating into your profit. Now, a hair salon is another example of a business I'm going to discuss. So you want to collect data of number of ladies braided hair per day. Yeah. Time taken to braid a lady's hair, a number of ladies braided hair per worker. This data is very, very important, because if your staff are taking too long, then they are not able to braid enough customers. Customers move to where they feel their hair will be done quickly, and these are sensitive issues to discuss with your staff. And then there are things that you want to ensure that they are not happening at your salon, like time per lady. How much time are they spending braiding on their hair? Also, cost per lady's hair that is braided. The shampoos, the oils, the cost of that per customer. Number of staff absent at a hair salon, very sensitive, because a fewer number of staff, they are not able to work it out. So maybe that's why your hair salon is not making money, because of some of these issues. Are you aware of these issues? Are you monitoring? Are you collecting data? Because, do you have staff meetings? And once you have staff meeting, what are you discussing? These are the data to discuss with your staff. You can also have one-on-one with the staff that you think is too slow in their work. Find out what support they need. Find out. Maybe some staff are not able to stand for too long on their feet. Yeah. These are issues to discuss and find out how you're going to solve them. Now, another example is garment making shop. This one, you're going to be collecting data on number of products per month that they have made. Also, you want to know number of products made per worker. Which worker is making more of your products? Maybe you're making trousers, you're making shirts. Yeah. You also want to collect data on number of orders per month. You also want to know number of products completed without redoing, Yeah, you could have a staff who is making so much mistakes, and so you keep redoing. That is a loss for your business. And you have to pick this early before they continue, because this is a point of loss making for your business. Yeah. I don't know whether there's any comment or questions up to where we are. Again, at this garment making shop, there are things you don't want to see happening. Yeah, for example, cost per product. Those products that you're making, have you calculated the cost of each? And costs keep changing because the markets are also changing, the suppliers are changing their prices. There are many issues happening out there, like taxation. So your suppliers will increase the cost of your purchases. So how much are you spending per product? Because then that again is going to affect the price. So you are also going to collect data on number of staff that are absent. Yes, because then this affects productivity. Find out why are they getting upset. Staff downtime. Staff downtime is, for example, when there is no power, in a garment making shop, how are they going to make when there is no power? So if power is going off, long periods of solutions to that. Maybe there's also the issue of maintenance of your equipment. Yeah, staff are not working most times because equipments are breaking down and they have to be maintained often. So you really need to make a decision. This is affecting productivity of your business. Are you going to want to get another equipment? Yeah. There's also the issue of lack of assignments. There are some business where they have to be given assignment by another staff, and they keep waiting for these assignments, and this is slowing down work. Yeah. I don't know if there's any comment up to where we are. Yeah. Any comment, any questions, you can put in the chat. This brings us to the end of that presentation. We have a workbook on this topic, and you can side chat and reach out to me. My contacts, I'm going to share my contacts. I am on TikTok as Dr. Jane, Instagram, Jane Munene. I'm on Facebook, Jane W. Munene. And my telephone number is 0722 847 835. 0722 847 835. You can reach out to me. We have a workbook on this topic so that we get it to you, and you're going to, to learn from it in details, And once you understand the examples that that we have shared, then you are also going to use them, apply them, as much as you can to your business. And they'll guide you as you think of what to, what kind of data. You definitely have to be collecting data at your business. Yeah, you can't leave everything to chance. Otherwise, maybe that is why your business is not making profit. I know businesses like those people who keep poultry. They say poultry is not profitable. But do you know they are not monitoring the stock every day? And because some of these businesses, there is a lot of theft. Staff are stealing. They are selling one tray of egg every day, and that is your profit. And some of these businesses have closed. But who is to blame? It's you, the entrepreneur, because you are not monitoring. You have left everything to chance, and then you complain the business is not doing well. I'm going to talk about our programs. We have this program where we help those who don't have businesses how to get a side hustle. Some people are working and you need a side hustle. A side hustle will help you increase your income. Your boss is reluctant to raise your salary, but one way of increasing your salary is to have a side hustle. So here we are, we have a program on how to start a side hustle, how to get a business idea. And we do it on Zoom, one-on-one. You can get in touch with us. We also have business mentorship program for entrepreneurs who want to a hand holding experience to work with someone. And we meet every twice a month on Zoom, and we discuss your business. We explore challenges and explore solutions together. As I said, some businesses close just because they never spoke to anyone. Yeah. So before you close your business, why not talk to someone? Yeah. And a mentor, we are mentors, we are here for you. So then we have packages for building your business, like marketing, financial records, human resource monitoring, productivity, stock taking, pricing and costing, business planning and buying. These are packages that we have, and you can reach out to us so that we see how we can help you with these kind of programs that we have. Let's hear if there are any comments up to where we are. Any comments or questions? Yeah? Yeah? Any comments, questions? This is the time for that.